How's it going, guys? Stas here. Welcome back to another video. Got my good old tea. I know, no coffee today, but we're battling this cold, guys, and coffee, well, is not the best for that. We're rocking with a nice hot tea. I don't even know what kind of tea it is. I think it's like a mango, pineapple tea, whatever, guys. Cheers. I appreciate you all for tuning in as well. We have a lot to cover. Stocks, charts, mostly the chip stocks and the tech stocks we're going to focus on. And overall, I want to break down what I'm looking to do. I got so many questions. Stas, are you buying chip stocks? Are you buying Micron? Are you buying any leveraged ETFs here? What trades are you looking to make? Well, that's what we're going to talk about. Hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe. Join my Patreon if you guys want to keep up with my actual portfolio updates. If you want to be a part of my private Discord and get all my real-time buys, real-time moves, all of that's on Patreon. Link down below, pinned in the comments, or go to stasurfest.com/Patreon. And now let's dive into it. So, the S&P 500, and honestly, if you look at the S&P, you look at the Dow, it doesn't tell the whole story. The Russell, the Q's got nailed today, but if you're looking at S&P, it only went down 0.1%, and actually the Dow went up over 1%. The Dow hit 53K almost, and we ripped to another all-time high, as the Russell actually went down about 0.5%, but this just hit all-time highs literally yesterday as the Qs continue to struggle, right? Do you guys remember this channel that we talked about a couple of videos ago? Well, we failed to break out. And it's pretty clear as of this video. You guys can see if I zoom in, if I clear the strong set, get a fresh channel tool out, boom, boom, you guys can see we obviously got rejected. And now we're kind of in the middle of this channel. And that begs the question, what's next? You know, a lot of these tech stocks driving, obviously, the Qs have been in limbo the last couple of weeks, some more than others, longer than others. And if we look at a couple of these, Nvidia today went down about 1.4%. And I told you guys I'm looking to buy leaps. I didn't do it yet. I'm actually going to wait till Monday to look at that trade a little bit further. But we broke down the options chain in one of the recent videos on Nvidia. And yeah, I'm still looking to buy options calls that are 12 to 18 months out, maybe 24 months out, with a strike price between 190 to 200, maybe 195, maybe a little further out of the money. If the options are longer dated, right? Depends. It kind of depends there, but I'm still looking to make that trade, but I didn't do it today. And at this point, guys, Nvidia, it keeps testing the mid-low 190s. It keeps testing that point, which, if you guys didn't know, obviously that was resistance for months. We've covered that. So we held that as support today, which is good, in this entire week. But what if it falls through? You know, maybe we get lower prices on those calls, lower premiums, which is why I'm waiting. Because at this point, look, I don't think Nvidia is going much lower. I got to be honest. But could it slip to 185, maybe 190? Sure, it could. It definitely could. And, the lower it gets, obviously, as long as the fundamentals are intact, and I think they are, and I'm long Nvidia, the lower it gets, the lower premiums are, the better deal, especially for those 12 to 18 month, 24 month out call options. I think those are gonna be money makers, man. Nvidia's going a lot higher over the next 12 to 24 months, in my opinion. I don't know. What do you guys think? Cheers, by the way. I appreciate you all for tuning in. Let me get a little sip of this tea. Your boy, again, is battling a very slight cold. It's actually getting better, but we still need some tea. Again, cheers. I appreciate you guys. So, Nvidia, 1.5% red day, still battling in the 190s. If you want to buy straight up shares, I think you could argue it's a great time. But again, I have a lot of shares, so I'm looking to buy options, and I'm waiting for the right time, and that might be Monday. So that's Nvidia. AMD, and by the way, Nvidia on the 5-day, it chopped around all week, right? I mean, this thing didn't do much this week, and a lot of these were actually more volatile than Nvidia. Nvidia stayed in a tight range between 193 to 200 pretty much the entire week, and AMD on the flip side, this hit almost $600 2 days ago, and that's after hitting 495 on Tuesday or Monday. Yeah, that was Monday. So during this short week, and by the way, tomorrow's Friday, the market's closed, but this stock went from $495 to almost $600 a share, and then it closed all the way down to 517. So very rocky day, week, right? End day actually for AMD. And Broadcom on the flip side was a lot calmer, kind of like Nvidia. I think it only went down 3-4% on the week, but I guess it did drop a good amount today. And yesterday we gapped down in the morning. But yeah, Broadcom slipping, not too bad. And you'll see here some ones that are doing even worse. Micron, right? Micron went down 20% on the week, guys. And again, it's a short week. We went down. That actually might be including Friday's drop. Either way, It's been a rough couple days for Micron, going from over $1,200 post earnings to now under $1,000. We actually hit $950 almost at close. About 10-15 minutes before close, we hit $950. Think about that. So at this point, guys, we're down percentage-wise 22% from that all-time high post earnings. And at this point, man, Micron is trading at a multi-week low. We actually took out a very critical support with today's drop. Excuse me, guys. Today's drop brought us under this $1,000 level of support, which held all throughout the back half of June, right? We fell through it. Now we're trading in this window between $850 to about, again, $1,000 as resistance, which was support. So you could argue Micron maybe has a little more downside to go. Low 900s, maybe it goes 850, and I think at that point, honestly, that would be a very good buy the dip opportunity. And at this point, guys, we can see we are starting to break through with this 5.5% red day. We're starting to break through the 180 moving average on the 4-hour chart here on Micron for the first time since, April? Since last time they reported earnings and saw a very similar sell-off to now after record earnings. So you're kind of noticing a pattern, right? I am, at least. This stock, this company, no doubt, it's hot. It's one of the hottest stocks, if not the hottest stock on Wall Street. But listen, they reported great numbers, phenomenal guidance. The supply constraints are still going to be there for 2027 and beyond for memory. If this stock slips even further under the 180 SMA, it becomes almost an immediate buy for me, for a snapback play. Because this stock, we've seen it time and time again. It's up one day 10%, down 10%, up 15%. That's the way it's been moving. And it's playing out similarly to what we saw last quarter, where they crushed earnings, or 2 quarters ago, where the stock went down from 475 to about 320. We got a nice flush after earnings of about 30-35%, which lasted, let's see how long this sell-off lasted before the uptrend started to continue again. So it dropped 35% roughly after earnings, and the sell-off lasted about 13 days, right? So close to 2 weeks, Micron's sell-off lasted, and here we are. If we zoom into this sell-off, we're seeing now post-earnings after great revenue, EPS, guidance, blah, blah, blah. Fundamentals still look solid. We're now seeing Micron is down about 22% over about 10 days. So listen, hey, if we get another drop on Monday, excuse me, guys, again, I think that might be an entry. If this thing falls somehow to 900, 850, whether it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever, I think buyers are really going to start coming in. It's similar to what we saw in the last, 2 quarters ago, right? We got a bit oversold, got under those moving averages for a little bit, too extended under the moving averages. I think that could be coming here as well. And look, patience is key. Another way I'm looking to play it is SOXL, which is a 3x leverage ETF. Do you guys remember? I actually played this after Micron's earnings. We got in at like 235, whatever we got in at. Then it ran all the way to 280 after Micron's earnings. Now we're back to 180. This is why it's so risky trading these things, these leveraged ETFs, and holding them for more than a couple of days. You can get away with it holding it overnight if you're super confident, but ideally you don't want to do that, because if you hold it overnight, then you might hold it again overnight, and then you could be down this much per share, right? If you bought in at 280 a couple days ago, even 250, right? Just 2 days ago, it's at 180. You would be down 30%. That's bad. That's rough. So you got to be careful. But if we do get this rebound in memory and chip stocks, which I think we'll get come Monday, Tuesday, maybe Wednesday, right? Hopefully we see a little more selling, a little bit of a better opportunity, right? Which, if we get that, again, I'm buying in. If we do get that, the snapback in SOXL is going to be nasty, right? I mean, we've seen it happen time and time again over the last couple of weeks, right? SOXL hit, 170, 180 many times, one time here, and then it rallied to 230, dropped again to 165, rallied to 275, then we pulled back a bunch of times, rallied a bunch of times. So I think SOXL, with patience, could open up an opportunity, but do your own research. Again, these are really risky, guys. DRAM's another one, which is a memory ETF, not leveraged, but it does hold a basket of memory stocks. And if you don't want to go out and buy Micron, SanDisk, which, oh, by the way, SanDisk, rough week, rough day. You can go out and buy DRAM or whatever other memory ETF. Do your own research, guys. I'm not telling you what to buy, right? I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just giving you guys some ideas. And look, when there's a lot of fear, when there's a lot of selling, that might be a good time to buy. And right now, we're finally getting a pullback in memory and chip stocks that we actually haven't gotten in about a month, right? Last time we saw this type of pullback in memory specifically was back in the beginning of June. This ETF got to $70, pulled down to about 55, double bottomed, then it ran all the way to 81 after Micron's earnings, and here we are at 60. And look, I think I originally started talking about it at about 48, 50, 55, in that ballpark. So I like DRAM. I like that as a swing trade. Let the dust settle, though. Again, no need to rush it on a holiday weekend. That's why I didn't do anything today, guys, literally, right? Monday is going to come, and we'll have time to reevaluate. So that's DRAM. Thoughts on Micron? SanDisk had a rough day, rough week, and SanDisk, honestly, looks fine on the charts, like Micron at the end of the day. They look fine. But yeah, it was a much needed, this looks like a triple top, head and shoulders, much needed pullback, especially on SanDisk, man. This stock has gone berserk. It was $120 back in October, right? Come on, man. From $120, it hit $2,400 in less than 12 months. Come on. So it's going to pull back. We've seen it time and time again. We're seeing it again. We had a 14% red day, big flush. And on the week, rough week, man, down 25% roughly on SanDisk. But yeah, I think if you're patient, if you're nimble, if you're able to, spot the charts in real time, hey, I think there are opportunities out there, but you got to be careful. And SMH is another one, which is an ETF that tracks the semiconductors. It's starting to pull back. But one thing worth mentioning on all these, right? I am noticing a bearish divergence on the RSI. If you guys take a look, RSI is coming down. Yeah, volume is kicking up. That's a good sign. But the RSI is weakening. as the overall stocks or the charts are uptrending. So keep that in mind. Maybe that could be showing us, even though volume is spiking, okay, but that could be showing us maybe there is some more weakness to come before we get that rally, which again is why I didn't do anything today heading into the holiday weekend, and that's where I'm at. I'm comfortable, man. That's how I'm trading today. So, yeah, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe. Join my Patreon if you guys want to keep up with my actual portfolio updates. And, man, I'm actually sweating a little bit here. It is freaking hot. There's a heat wave here on the East Coast. And, yeah, I'm on the second floor right now in my office. And it's getting a little toasty, guys. So, I got to get out of here, man. Join the Patreon. I post all my trades, private Discord, portfolio updates, everything in real time, full transparency. It's linked down below, pinned in the comments, or go to StockSurfest.com/Patreon. And with that being said, cheers. I got to go shower. I'll see you guys in the next video. Happy 4th. Have a great long weekend. Peace out.